You're gonna figure it out in your dreams. Good night, Owen Theo.
We have someone very important on the podcast today.
Meow.
Yes, we do. We have somebody who I've actually known for a very long time, longer than probably you guys have. And I've been a fan of her for years. She's a genius. Your new music. Well, we have Dora Jar on the podcast.
I just have to say ditto because my mom showed me a video of you covering Joni Mitchell when we were probably 12 or something. Yeah. So that's how I first heard about you, through Facebook.
Oh, through a Facebook post.
Yes.
Through my dad reposted me.
Bob.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, first of all, I just want to say congratulations.
Thank you.
No. You are, first of all, taking over my TikTok.
Oh, wow.
Like, seriously. Like, every video is somebody singing or lip syncing to one of your songs.
Damn.
And you in concert. You were just on a Europe tour.
I was on a Europe tour.
Wait, this is crazy with Gracie, who I love,
Yes,
who grew up here in LA.
Yes.
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 Oh my God, I love that.
So many, just synchronicity keeps happening.
Yes. How did you get connected to Gracie?
I met her after the Grammys when she was up for Best New Artist.
Of course.
And I had seen her perform at one of those things that they do pre-Grammy, blah, blah, blah. And it was a very industry thing. And I was
Which is so scary. I hate industry things.
Horrible vibe.
Industry things are the worst, scariest vibe.
And everyone's taking it for granted. Like, there's Gracie doing this incredible performance. And I just was like, why isn't everyone...
Of course, eyes glued to the prize.
Yeah.
Look, we're here at this industry event.
Exactly.
Look at the talent.
Yeah. So I was mesmerized by that. And then I met her after doing my first, like, what do they call it? Step and repeat carpet
oh my
things,
God. It
which
was your first one?
Yeah, it was my only one, I think. Nope, I've done two, but that was...
How did they go?
It's just so goofy.
It's so insane.
You know, everyone's yelling and it's flashing. And this was the Grammys where it was downpouring torrential rain.
Of course.
So it was very exciting. And it was pouring this morning. So I kind of remembered.
It brought you back to Grammys.
Yeah, it really brought me back. That
Well, it
smell.
only rains like 2 times in LA.
Yes.
And like one time, if the Grammys was like triggering it all over you, it's like, now you're going to be triggered again because it's the only other time it rains.
Exactly.
Okay, so
I met her there. And
great.
Brief, but, you know, vivid.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys connected.
Yes.
And I'm sure everyone's a fan of your music.
That's so
You've
sweet.
been like our favorite artist for a very long time. And now you're becoming just everyone's just period favorite artist.
Oh, man.
How are you recording right now? Or are you making it? Tell me everything.
I'm recording so much
You
all
are.
the time. I'm writing. It's getting a bit raunchier than usual, but still folky. So I'm finding a new layer that I've never accessed before.
Who are you loving right now? Are you listening to a lot of new artists? Are you loving old artists? What are you?
I love Haim. Right now, I can't get enough of Haim.
Okay, wait, let's just do a deep dive on Haim really
Yes.
fast. First of all, I have to say something about Haim.
Mm-hmm.
They have stayed in the zeitgeist, in our minds for I think 10, 15 years. Like,
Yeah.
I remember listening to The Wire.
Right. And Want You Back.
Come on.
That was so huge.
That was huge for us.
Yeah.
And now look at that new song, Relationships, is so good.
So good. And there's that crazy chord that's so shocking.
Wait, which one?
It's like the second chord in the chorus.
Oh, I know. Yes.
You know, and it always makes me go, huh?
It's so
titillating.
it's so interesting,
Yes.
their music. And it's also just like they're pop girls,
Yeah.
ultimately.
And they're so talented. They rip. I just saw them play that pop-up show in LA. And it was so, just like the whole time I was shocked.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So you're loving them.
Loving them.
Are you listening to any old music?
I always listen to old music. I always go back to Lobby Sifre. I don't know if that's how you say it, but this one song, Crying, Laughing, Loving, Lying. The 4 pillars of life.
Crying, which I do a lot.
Laughing,
Laughing,
yes.
which I do a lot.
Even more.
What is it?
Loving.
Loving,
Which you do the most.
which I do the most. And
Lying.
lying, which actually that one I do the most.
Yeah. Isn't it? I mean, the way I lie to myself sometimes and then I wake up out of the dream like, whoa, come on.
Okay, well, yeah, what is your inner monologue? Do you struggle with, like, are you like on stage, like, I can't do this, walk off? Or are you like pumping yourself up?
I don't really have words in my mind.
Period.
I have
By the way,
vision.
period.
I have visual things happening.
Oh, really?
Like I see emotion, but I don't know the words of the emotion.
It's almost like synesthesia. Isn't that a thing?
I
Where it's like
guess
seeing
so.
color?
I think everyone who is creative brained has synesthesia. And
Totally.
Like I remember hearing this Mariah Carey song, I forget which one, but the bass, I remember saying to my mom, oh, the bass is the green caterpillar from Bug's Life. Because it was so, you know.
Totally.
So I think that's what it is. But yeah, I don't really have okay, now we're going to do this and then we're going to go show up at the door. And like, I don't really have that going.
That's very Carrie Bradshaw vibe.
Yeah.
Which I think I have.
You have a narrator.
Full.
Yes.
Yeah.
What does your narrator say?
My narrator just hates me. My narrator absolutely hates me and wants me dead. But it is interesting because my boyfriend, creative as well, doesn't have a narrator and kind of has what you have.
Yeah.
Which is like, of course, anxiety can be another thing, but when you're creating, he has kind of like I remember it's sensory. It's like, I remember this from when I was 2 and, like that's
associating everything.
Yes.
And it's like so many cycles and then they just color each other into something. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
That's what I have too.
I love that.
It's
Is that how you write? How do you write music? What is your process?
I see things and then I translate that into words, but that's why lyrics take me the longest because
lyrics are, you guys, if you don't actually study Dora's lyrics, I'm sorry, you've never learned. I'm sorry, read a book. Like it's school. It's educational.
Thank you.
They are so, and I think ultimately Gracie is so brilliant for this because I think when she was saying like Dora's accompanying me on tour, she did a story where she wrote your lyrics and basically like as a poem, like you just read, like, it was just like a story and you could just read your lyrics. And I literally was like, that is the most beautiful poem I have ever read, but it's set to a gorgeous melody and a gorgeous voice.
Thank you.
Your lyrics are so special.
Thank you.
How did that come up? Were you always writing lyrics? Were you always writing poetry?
I always wanted to surprise myself with what I said. So I have a pretty high standard for my lyrics, which is also probably why it takes me so long. But it's very much melody driven.
Oh, it is.
Melodies first, always.
Whoa, Dora, that's insane that lyrics are second. You guys, go look up Dora's lyrics. That's crazy.
They're
Melody
last.
comes first.
Yeah,
Whoa.
lyrics are last. Like I'll have the whole song and then I'll be like, what am I saying? And I don't even know what I'm saying until all the lyrics are written.
See, I would think that you would have like tons of lyrics. Do you ever like have something that someone says and you're like, whoa?
Whenever I'm feeling stuck, I'll go on my notes app or in my journal and I'll just write like tip of the brain things that make no sense. Like,
Totally.
like if I can demonstrate now, like, blah, 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 there once was a frog in the whipped cream pile diving for little stones. Like just getting what's happening, what's in my subconscious that needs to come out. And I guess frogs and stones are there.
Yours. If I were to do that, it'd be like,
go now.
Kim Kardashian probably knows my name. You know what I mean? Like that's where my subconscious goes. Yours goes to like frogs in the whipped cream pile. That is that's my mental illness. That's my mental illness. My mental illness came out just in that one
You're just
second.
too tapped into the zeitgeist.
I have to tap out.
You know zeitgeist means?
What?
It's German. I just learned this. It means time ghost. Isn't that spooky great?
By the way, I just got chills.
Yes, by the way, me too.
I got chills.
I think about that now a lot. Yeah, the ghost of time, the spirit of time, I guess you could also say. Zeitgeist, ghost, yeah.
It is the spirit of time.
Yeah.
That we're all so obsessed with.
Yes, we're here now. We should be obsessed. It's really cool.
Totally.
What's happening?
You're in the zeitgeist.
I feel it.
Yeah, totally.
We're here.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Let's celebrate it.
Let's celebrate it.
But I want to go back to something you were saying because you said your narrator is like mean or whatever.
Yeah.
And okay. So I had a realization a few nights ago, I guess a week now. I smoked weed on my own.
Yeah. Is that weird for you?
For the first time in a really long time, because when I was 19, I was stoned every day. But then I was like, let me try not doing this.
Yeah.
Since then, I've been kind of scared to do it. And I was like, let me just see what happens. And
where were you?
On my couch in Echo Park.
Great.
Yeah. And I ended up filming myself because that's how I write. I'll like film myself playing guitar so I remember what chords I was playing.
So smart.
But I'm in the middle of making up this thing. And then I'm looking at myself and I'm hearing all the mean thoughts on full volume. And it was words. And I was like, okay, interesting. I can't run away from this right now.
Totally.
So I was hearing this mean inner dialogue and I was seeing that it was coming from like grandparents. Like
Totally.
I saw it very clearly, and
Your grandparents?
yeah.
Whoa.
Not that they were saying those mean things about me, but maybe they would say the same mean things about themselves.
Yes. It's a cycle.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, so I just have to look at this, and like I can't take it for real, but let me just listen so that I can say that's bullshit or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really freaky
Whoa.
to see that.
It's really scary to like see that some things that you have in your brain are things that your parents would think, or
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like that's a very weird, scary thought
Yes.
that I really hate.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's get rid of that.
Yeah.
No, that's very interesting. It's also interesting to see that on when you're filming yourself.
Yes. Yeah. And then, so it was all recorded, and then I paused, I opened Google Docs, and then I played the video and had it dictate into Google Drive. So I have this written monologue now of what I was like saying.
Whoa!
It was crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was like
put that in a burn
therapized.
book.
Yeah,
That's that literally.
right.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Oh my God. See, this is why I can't like record myself having sex, because I feel like I would literally be that way. During sex, I would be like, bad, you're bad at that. You're bad at that. He doesn't feel pleasure. You know what I mean? I would literally start saying that out loud.
Right, because you're a director, you're a creator,
Totally,
so
totally.
you have to be analyzing as you're going.
Now we're getting to
you're
something
like
very interesting.
bird's eye view, you know?
But also I'm obsessed with this. This is this podcast now. Also, I feel like when you bird's eye view your creative, whatever it be,
Yes.
songs or whatever, it completely takes you out of it.
It does, yeah.
So then you have to analyze it, but then it's like, wait, what am I doing?
there's a time and a place.
Totally.
Right.
There's a time and a
I
place.
know.
I'm sorry, but being a creative is exhausting.
It really is.
The hardest job in the world.
You got to
I start
split
crying.
yourself. Yeah, I know. It's terrible.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of a hard job,
Yes.
tour life is really tough.
Yeah.
Did you have fun on tour?
Yeah, I love tour.
Okay, great.
It's tough on the body,
Yeah.
but if you're surrounded by people who make you laugh and love you and you love and you can hug all the time, then it's hilarious and great.
That's amazing.
But it is exhausting. Like you're not sleeping.
no,
But
there's no sleep.
Yeah, I
Or
did.
were you on a bus?
Luckily, I was on a bus. This was the first time I was on a bus in Europe.
Wow.
I've done every single tour in my life in a van, which is impossible.
So what does that mean, actually? It's van life. You should have vlogged it.
Van life is you play a show and then you have to drive a little bit through the night to get halfway to where you're going.
And does someone drive you or you drive?
Well, usually
switch off.
you all drive. Everyone kind of takes it in chunks. But when you have a bus,
Whoa.
there's a bus driver.
Of course.
And they're very sweet and they make their tea and then they drive all through the night and you can sleep while they're driving. But in a van, you have to drive during the day. It's so boring.
And
Yeah.
and you have to unload and load. It's like a lot of work.
Yeah, it's the pirate life. It's yo-ho.
Totally.
It's no good. You smell.
Totally.
Yeah.
And where do you shower?
In hotels, but there's a bus. There's a shower on the bus, which I never did.
Oh,
I never did
that's
that.
luxe.
Yeah, my
That's
photographer Danny showered on the bus twice, and then like I heard her fall once. I don't think it's a good idea.
Did she hurt herself?
No, she's fine. Well, she's a very rough tumbler.
I am not. I've never camped.
Really?
I've camped once it's a whole thing. I'll tell the story. I had to we had environmental outdoor experience at my high school, which is like for a week we would go and camp.
Where did you go?
We went to Morro Bay.
I've heard of that, but yeah.
It's gorgeous, but let me tell you something. It's only so gorgeous. You know what I mean?
Right,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. I'm not sleeping there overnight alone in a tent. It was hell.
Were you alone in your tent?
No, so I was paired with this man who I only had girlfriends.
Yeah.
So the men,
and then you had to be with it. Yeah.
so the men either were straight and were like, I don't want to be paired with this gay guy, or were like gorgeously weird and kind of I could connect with. But the one gorgeously kind of weird man was an Owen hater. He hated me.
What? How?
No. He thought I was loud. He thought I was annoying. He thought all true.
And you
all
were
things true.
paired?
And I was paired with him. He hated me. So during the middle of the night, I was afraid. I am afraid of spiders and all.
Me too. I have full on arachnophobia.
It's horrifying
I
to be
know.
that way.
Yeah.
Was that given to us by our parents?
I don't know.
Why are we afraid of like?
I respect them too, so I'm not going to kill a spider because
Oh, you're not. You're gonna save
that
it.
scares me even more. I'll just let it be. I'll say, please just be like a fairy, okay? I'll pretend you're a fairy and we won't bother each other.
Do you ever take it outside?
Sometimes I'm too scared. I can't even go near it.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Except I will swat at it. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I mean, so you got to do what you got to do to feel it.
I'm so sorry,
at
but
home.
usually when you swat at it, it doesn't die, of course. And I'm not
just
even trying to
falls.
kill it. It just falls. And then it's
you
like,
scoop it. Yeah.
right. But then it's like, where the hell is it?
Yeah, that's why I can't do that. I'd rather know
Totally.
it's up there in the corner and it likes that spot, and I can't get up there.
No,
so
no.
I hope it doesn't come down and crawl in my mouth when I'm sleeping. That's all I hope.
Dora, I've seen videos of that on TikTok.
I know. Oh no.
Is it real?
I don't know. They
What
have
do you-
8 eyes and 8 legs. It's really absurd.
But what do you think? Do you think that, because I've seen a video of this woman sleeping mouth open and then the spider's crawling it. I'm like, is that real? Or I can't tell if that's real.
It's not real.
It's not, right?
No. It couldn't be.
Completely forcing yourself to believe it's not. No, not real.
That would
It's proven,
never
science.
happen.
Okay, wait. Going back to this trip.
Yes.
I was on this horrible environmental trip, and this guy
Paired with
paired
Johnny
with
Jenkins.
Johnny Jenkins.
Yeah.
He absolutely hated me. And during the middle of the night, I had fear of spiders. He started doing this thing. I was literally turned over on my side. I don't sleep, by the way. So I was like, my eyes were open, but I was pretending to sleep because I didn't want to talk to this man. And on
You're
my
an
back,
alien.
he would just touch me
No.
ever so slightly.
Why?
To try to make it seem like there was a spider.
No.
Yes.
He was mean, evil.
He was evil. So I would be like, and I would run out of the tent, true story. And I went into my friend Romy's tent and I said, I'm sleeping here tonight. And then I almost got kicked out of the school because they thought I was canoodling with Romy.
Yeah.
By the way, gay as shit. But they were scared that I was gonna
Oh, it's
ultimately fuck my
horrible.
best friend. Anyways, horrible.
How
So
old
I
are you
don't
in
camp.
high school?
I was in
Yeah.
I was like 15.
Yeah.
I don't camp because of that. I'm afraid of spiders.
No, that's a good reason, but maybe one day you will want to camp.
I would camp with you.
I'd camp with you.
I would camp with you.
I can do a fire.
You can?
I can. With the lighter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I could
then-
do a fire then too, love.
Yeah. We could
Well,
do fires
yeah, we'll-
together.
We'll make fires.
We'll make fires.
That's all we know. Do you know how to like cook on a fire?
I think I could do it. I can make a steak on a fire because
Really?
I haven't tried, but I've seen friends do it enough times that I could do it.
Do you eat meat?
Yeah. Do you?
I don't.
Fuck. Okay. So yeah.
But here's the deal.
Oh, grilled zucchini.
Great.
I like it.
Sounds great. Sounds fucking great. I don't eat meat. I was dared. It's a true story. I was dared at probably 13
Yeah.
to not. She was like, my best friend Katie goes, I bet you can't bring a turkey sandwich tomorrow. Because I used to eat turkey sandwiches all the time. So I was like, okay. So then I brought a peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
And then the rest is history. And I've never eaten meat since.
What?
Because I'm like, I don't lose a dare.
No way.
I don't lose.
That's a good piece of lore about you.
There you go.
You just switched to PB&J.
I literally just, by the way, better. I'm sorry. Yum.
There's a time and a place for a PB&J.
There
I
is
think.
a time, but it's all times. I love. Do you like peanut butter? You
I
don't
love
like-
peanut butter.
You do.
I do. And I actually ate PB&Js for almost a full month every single day when I was on tour.
There's nothing else.
I had no appetite for anything else because it was the first tour I was ever on. And I was
When was
so
this?
nervous. It was in 2022.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And where were you? Who were you touring with at this time?
Oh gosh, I was touring with Billie.
Dora, you've toured with Billie Eilish, the 1975, Gracie Abrams.
Yeah.
Who else?
That's it.
Okay, great. That's insane.
It is insane. It really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Yeah, I'm really baffled at it. But it was very lucky, to get thrown in the deep end.
How did you get connected with Billie Eilish?
This is a great question. I don't think I've ever really answered it officially, but
You're like, we met at Disneyland. It's like a weird, like, we met in the speakeasy at Disneyland bar.
we met actually at one of her first New York shows when it was like 200 cap venues. But I don't know if she remembers that. We've talked about it. I don't think she remembers.
I love those stories.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Where you meet them when they're just coming up and then you meet them later.
And I knew from that moment, I was like, this is the truth and it's going to be gigantic.
Totally.
And she is a force. And it was so exciting.
Whoa.
But
Whoa.
anyway, everyone had laryngitis. It was really funny. They all were like, eh.
Wait,
yeah.
Billie too?
Yeah, but somehow she's saying perfectly.
That's insane.
But
When she
everyone
spoke,
had-
that's insane.
Yeah. But my mom was in a play with her dad in the 80s or something long ago. And I always heard my mom talk about her friends, Patrick and Maggie, that she reconnected with on Facebook or something.
Wait,
As
our,
it always
our
happens.
Facebook parents.
It's so
Our
funny.
Facebook parents get off
their
Facebook.
world.
But actually,
Stay on.
it.
Stay
Because
on.
look
Yes,
at this.
I know.
Billie, like, come
Yeah,
on, stay
yeah.
on Facebook.
Exactly.
Keep going.
Yeah, so I'd always been aware of this family that lived in Los Angeles, and I just knew about her so
Yeah,
early, like
totally.
before anyone. And then I was probably the first stan, honestly. Like Ocean Eyes came out and I heard it first. That's what it felt like. It was like her mom posted it. The SoundCloud link.
That's insane.
Yeah, and I didn't know them, and I never expected to know them, you know, because
Totally.
it's just like, wow.
No, also when you're, even if it's small,
Yeah.
even if it has 400 views
Yeah.
or listens, but it's good,
Yes.
you are like, wow, I'll never meet them. They are an artist. Do you know
Yes,
what I mean? That's where your
exactly.
brain goes. You're
Yeah.
like, I will be a fan from afar.
Exactly.
Even if it has 400 views.
Yes, and I just, when things happen naturally, that's what is the most meaningful. So
Totally.
I was never gonna be like, can I meet you?
Totally.
But I put out my first EP, and someone showed it to Billie. I think it was probably Maggie.
Her mom.
And yeah, and then
Whoa.
I'd obviously followed Billie since 2015, I think. And she DM'd me 7 messages.
What did you do? Do you shit yourself?
I like didn't open it at first because I saw the messages. I was like, that couldn't be.
And
that
when was
couldn't
this?
be.
Ocean Eyes was out.
This
her
was
first-
2021 when she messaged
Oh my God, she's Billie Eilish with the green and black hair.
me. She's Billie. No,
Oh.
she's blonde now.
Oh, she's blonde.
She's newly blonde. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's right before Happier Than Ever came out.
Whoa.
Yeah. It was
Oh my God, I have
totally-
chills.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what did she say?
She loves Digital Meadow, and these were the songs she loved, and then just so many sweet things. And what can you say back other than I've
I've been a fan of you since forever.
Yeah, and so anyway, so that was it.
That is insane.
Really insane.
Growing up in LA,
Yes.
being in LA, I think people think we would be jaded.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, I didn't grow up in LA.
No,
but you and Billie,
yes, people think we would be jaded.
yeah. Right, and not listen to music or
Yes.
care about what's
Exactly,
right. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
And thank God for someone like Billie Eilish to be like, no, I'm listening to a new and up and coming artist who I love
Yeah.
and who I'm a fan of,
Yeah.
and let's go.
Yeah, and
Like,
she
thank
keeps
God.
doing that.
Right,
She's
no,
always
exactly.
on. Because she deeply, actually, truly loves music, and that's why she's so good, because she cares about the art and about newness and people, you know, just exploring, which is what
Yes.
I was doing at that time. It was very much, I don't know what I'm doing,
Yes.
and she still saw it as something valuable, which
Yeah.
was so validating. But anyway, I had like no followers on social media, and she was like, come on tour with me, which was, I was like, this makes no sense, but yes.
No, of course.
Yeah.
Of course, but it's thank God for people who still look for talent.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then ultimately the social media followers will come, my love.
Yeah. Well, that's
They
a
will
whole
find
funny
talent, too.
world. Like it's,
Yeah, how do you feel about social media?
well, I mean, it obviously exists, right? So you have to kind of work with it.
Totally.
But, you know, everyone's complaining about it all the time. And I'm like, well, but we're still here.
We're still here.
We're still here. So I don't know. I have fun with it, and I have like my little Finsta, which I like to just.
See, I've
Which is my
deleted
real one.
Of course. I've
Yeah.
deleted my Finsta, and now I just post things that I would post on my Finsta on my reel, because I'm like, you know what? If people are gonna
Right.
follow me,
Yeah.
they're gonna know who I am.
Actually,
I'm
that's
so
kind
sorry.
of a cool. Yeah. Maybe.
I just can't. I can't hide it.
Yeah.
I'm doing a podcast every week.
Yeah.
I'm like, I my thoughts are gonna be. People are gonna know it.
and
Do you know what I
ultimately,
mean?
that's what people connect with too. Like
Sure,
when-
or hate.
or hate, but
or
you know
hate.
that's how you weed out the ones who aren't meant for you anyway. So
Totally.
yeah.
And I haven't lost followers, but I've definitely kind of maintained the same. I'm not rising. My following count is not rising, but I'm at least I'm honest online. At least I'm fucking honest. Do you know what I mean?
That's true. That's the truth.
That's my relationship with this whole fame thing, which is like, everyone knows who listens to this podcast. It's like, I need to be famous because I need authentic. I need to be like real. I need to just be like out there so
right.
people can know that this person exists. You know what I mean? And it's very interesting what people are now gravitating towards, which is like,
Yeah.
like in music, like I think like lyrics are now, people are really like loving. I mean, we're going back to like, thank God, like the Joni Mitchell days where people are like actually appreciating beautiful
strangeness.
Yes.
I think so. I think it's about strangeness, and we all feel really strange all the time. Like you're alive.
course.
Like we all try to avoid feeling strange, but really at the core of existing, it's so strange. Like I have fingers and there's blood rushing through them.
No, I know that's weird.
What?
That's weird.
But can we go back to the fame
Yeah.
thing? Why do you think people want to be famous?
I think so many people want to be famous
I
now.
agree. I think
Like everyone.
Yeah.
Like everyone I've ever met. Like my friend who like literally wanted to be in medicine for years. She was like 6 years old being like, I will be a doctor. And then suddenly she turned 18 and she went to Harvard Medical and she was like, I will be a doctor. And I was like, okay, doctor. And now all of a sudden she's like, I think I want to post TikToks. You know what I mean? I'm like,
Wow. Yeah.
no.
Yeah. Well,
But also great.
yeah. I think we want community and
Totally.
we want to feel important and useful.
Totally.
Like when you have real community and a role in your community, I don't think you want attention in that way because you're
I agree.
already getting like the wholesome truth of existence.
Of course.
But
And connection.
we are really missing that in the way the world is set up. And
Of
so
course.
TikTok is a huge way of people building
Communities.
and helping each other
Totally.
cook. Like I
Totally.
didn't know how to cook until I started watching. Oh, it's actually so easy and I can be
Oh, you're
efficient
watching
and-
TikTok to learn how to cook?
Yes.
What are you cooking on TikTok?
Oh, I found a really good chicken, but you don't eat meat.
But tell me,
okay,
chicken what?
you marinate the chicken in yogurt and it gets really tender. And then you put paprika, all these spices, and you bake it.
Oh my God, that's so easy. Who would have
Perfect.
known?
I know.
This is why I'm like, I love that you could post something and if it's funny or good or cool or informative, it will go viral. And then also, I see the most talented musicians on TikTok. I'm on like, I don't know, my TikTok algorithm is like hot men and young up and coming musicians who have like 200 likes, but
Yeah.
who are so talented.
Yeah.
That's my whole feed.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Wait, what is my feed? I'm trying to think because it really changes too much and I get overwhelmed.
Totally.
I get a lot of old men who are like doing crafty things with nature. Like I just saw this old guy, I think he's French, and he sort of cut a dandelion stem. You know, dandelion stems have, they're like a tube. And he cut little notches in it and started playing it like a little flute.
Oh my God, that is Dora Jar's algorithm.
And I want more of that stuff,
is
algorithm.
Dora Jar's algorithm. Algorithm, change mine to that. Mine is like ultimately porn. I'm like watching like things that I should not be seeing.
And what does that do? Like
To
are
my
you, like-
brain?
yeah. Are you like,
I mean, it makes me horny. No, what does it do to my brain? It's just like, why am I fed this? Why am I fed like very, very talented singer-songwriters, and then I'll scroll and it'll be the hottest
Sexy.
man you've ever seen with a bulge. And I'm like, what does that mean for me?
wait, I saw this guy squeezing a watermelon, crushed the watermelon.
course, that's
but
on mine.
then you see
Wait, and
what
then
else?
what happens?
He's wearing sweatpants and you
of
see the
course.
whole thing.
Of course, the gray sweatpants.
Yeah.
Of course, that's my whole thing is gray
Oh
sweatpants.
my God.
The gray sweatpant challenge or trend is
It's
huge right now.
shocking.
Me in gray sweatpants.
yeah.
Me like being like,
what are you
"Uh-oh."
doing?
I'm like,
You're trying to turn me on.
blur this.
Yeah.
No, it's my algorithm is fucked ultimately,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
kind of like it.
Yeah, I just don't trust it, and then I'll try to curate it, but no,
Curating it doesn't work.
it doesn't work.
I'm actually not kidding. I've liked videos that I'm like, I want to see more of this.
Yeah.
They will feed you. They'll be like, no, you don't actually want that.
I know.
Your brain doesn't want that.
Yeah, you want sexy man?
Totally.
It's true.
very interesting what it does to you. It's very interesting.
interesting.
Okay, so tell me this next year for you. You're fresh off this Gracie tour.
Yes.
Now what?
Well,
We're getting more music.
yeah, I don't really think about years really. Like
What do you
when
think
I,
of month, day, present?
kind of like week.
I love that.
Yeah, these last few weeks have been full of just boom. I'm writing so much, and then I'm going on tour in June, back to Europe, headline tour, and then
Oh my God, headline tour in Europe?
yes,
Wait, that's crazy.
yeah, it's really fun to do a headline tour.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, it's really fun to headline my own tour. Yeah, I know that must be fun.
Yeah, but
Maybe I
go-
can come out.
come.
Not sing, I'll just talk.
You can do a little dance. You could do a little jig. You can even stand on your tiptoes only.
Great. Well, that's what I want to
You
do.
know, the Titanic when she goes all the way on.
Of course. I could do that with you.
Yeah,
Great.
you could do that.
Okay, so are you excited for that?
Yes, and it's going to be nice to be back in the little clubs. Going from an arena to a little club is so fun because you realize a diamond is just like a really dense thing. Like that's what a club feels like. Feels like you're in a diamond.
Yes, totally.
It's just like
How many seats in a club? How many, is it standing mostly?
standing. Yeah. I think like it's my first Europe tour, so it's going to be pretty small. I think it'll be like 300 cap venues or something.
That's not small. To me, that's not small. To me, that's
Going from 10,000 to
okay, 300 is
is
huge to me. I'm sorry. I just got chills. I got nervous for you. I'm literally like, that's huge.
It is a little more nerve-wracking actually because yeah,
well, you can't
it's-
see anyone. In an arena, it's like, you're in your bedroom.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? In that way where it's
Yeah.
kind of like, let's hope for the best.
Yeah.
Like I'm alone up here.
Yeah.
But in a club, it's like intimate.
But in the arena, I look for faces.
Oh, you
like I
do?
really want to see people. And then I do see people. And then people way up in the back will shine their lights and I'll see them. And it's really awesome.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's very
How did that
crazy.
feel stepping out on your first arena?
I don't remember. I totally have no memory from
You blacked it out.
Yeah. But
Was that because of nerves?
I don't know. Yeah, probably. Probably some nerve mechanism that just, autopilot, boom. But that was a long time ago now. It was in Buffalo, New York in 2022.
With Billie?
With Billie, yeah. First arena. And it was my 10th show ever playing as Dora Jar. So.
Okay, let me talk about your name for a second.
Yeah.
We were discussing, we do these round tables of guests we want ultimately, and your name has been on our radar and in our kind of on our round table for years. But I was like Dora Jar, and my producer was like, oh my God, I love Dora Jar. Like door, like there's a door and it's a jar.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, it's Dora Jar. And she was like, trust me, it's door. That's a jar. She's like, she's peeping into the door. It's just Dora Jar.
And both are true.
So do you realize that it was that?
Yes. Well, okay, here's the story if you want it.
I really want it.
I grew up going to school in a wheelchair van because my sister was in a wheelchair and the door was so heavy because it was a van and I had to wear a uniform for middle school. I went to like an Episcopal day school and my uniform skirt would always get caught in the door and then the door would be ajar and the alarm would go.
Whoa.
And I always thought it was funny because my real last name is
Bleep
everyone
that.
knows
Bleep
this,
that.
but it's fun to keep it a secret.
Yeah. You look it up. You've now blacked it out on Wikipedia.
No.
I love that.
You don't know it. But it's Jarkowski. And so I'd be like, Dora Jarkowski. And then I just was like, let me just delete the last 6 letters of my last name and go with this. And I love,
It is so, that's the universe. I'm sorry.
It is, yeah.
That's so crazy.
It is, yeah.
I
It's-
love your name.
Thank you. I've learned to love my name, Dora.
You didn't?
Well, every time I met someone, they
Dora,
would say,
the Explorer.
yes. But then
Which, by the way, I actually just realized in this moment, I always thought it rhymed. It doesn't really rhyme.
no, but they kind of say Explora. Exploradora.
Totally.
Well, so in Spanish,
Oh, it's Spanish.
Exploradora.
Totally. Okay,
Yeah.
because I was like, Dora the Explorer. I was like,
Yeah.
you guys got to work on that. I go, let's go back in time and fix that,
Yeah,
love.
it's not as snappy as you thought it would be.
Yeah. I go, why is that famous? Okay, I'm hearing it.
But yeah, I actually just wrote a song called The Explorer, sort of as a way to clap back. But also, it's true. In my life, I really am an explorer and I be moving around.
Like an explorer.
Yes. And I'm curious. I want to see the world and I want to unearth things about myself. And so whatever. I just went
Totally.
with it and wrote this song. And I feel
Which is also very, by the way, Dora Jar. It's very who you are. As the explorer, it's kind of like we leave that door open, we explore it.
exactly.
Whoa, I have chills.
There's
Dora.
many layers to this madness.
Whoa.
Yeah. So it fits.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
wait. And the explorer is kind of about this side of you.
Yes, it's about sort of the macro and the micro and my making fun of myself a little bit, which I love doing. It helps me
Totally.
survive my mind.
Totally.
Yeah.
That's why I'm do this.
Yeah,
because I'm
actually,
like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Wait, keep going.
how else can you go on without laughing at yourself at
Yes,
least? Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
And there's something with fear where it's just so all encompassing sometimes. And when you're able to laugh at the fear, that is so liberating.
What are you most scared of?
Not being loved. I think that's truly the deepest fear is
Totally.
like feeling unlovable. Yeah.
it is really one of those things that you think like, what are you most afraid of? People are like death, which I'm so afraid of, by the way. I'm
Death is an adventure.
So scared of that. But also just in the moment, not being loved is so terrifying.
Yeah. And it's not real. Like everyone is loved. I really believe that.
Especially by yourself. You
Well,
love yourself, hopefully.
Hopefully. But you know what? Your mind isn't you.
Whoa! I'm sorry, I'm with Brene Brown. I am with Brene Brown is on the podcast.
Hi, everybody. Rips off mask.
Yeah, literally. Your mind isn't you, 100%.
The things that your mind says. I actually saw this diagram by Carl Jung, I think, who is one of my favorite people to look to when I'm confused. But basically, there's a circle and there's a dot
You
right
use Hillary
in the middle.
Duff's face as
Here's
the
the circle. The nose is we're gonna draw the line here. That is you in the middle.
Yeah.
But then where the eyes are, that's a line. Okay. Above the eyes is consciousness. Below the eyes is subconsciousness. Our ego is on the forehead. That's who we think we are, but we're so much deeper than that.
Whoa.
That's the diagram.
So you're actually saying we exist more.
Here.
We exist more, but that's where the subconscious is? Where's the sub?
Yeah. So your true you is in the subconscious, but it comes out, you know?
Yeah, totally.
But we're only aware of this much.
Totally. Whoa.
We have no
so
idea.
we think we are one thing.
Yeah.
But actually we are also
So much
so
more.
much deeper.
And we're scary things too. We're things that we don't want to be.
Of course.
Of course, the
Of
shadow.
course. Yes, of course.
Boo.
My love.
Yeah. So anyway, it's beautiful.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow. That's meaningful.
It helps me. It helps
course.
me
Well, also-
remember.
Also with creating and putting
Yeah.
yourself out there, it's so scary to put things on the internet
Yeah.
for other people to judge.
Yes, and
It's
you
like
will be judged no matter what. But also
Totally.
the judgment is not real. That's a reflection of their fears. Like I don't want to interact with other people's fears. I want to interact with other people's true selves that allow for the darkness to be there and the mean things, but like it's not real. Like we're all just playing.
But it is crazy to go from like, by the way, even on our parents' Facebooks.
Yes.
When your mom would post something or my dad would post something, there would still be people judging us, even to the tiniest echo chamber.
Yeah.
Now it's just a little bigger.
Yeah.
But do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we could still choose to listen or not listen. But I also do find that judgment sometimes, like I have people comment on the podcast being like, oh, and you don't ask your guests anything, you're a narcissist. And I go, that's beautiful. And that's something to note. I go, wonderful.
true.
No, I go, thank you. I ultimately go, thank you. And I will work on that. But here's the interesting thing. Do I work on it? No. But could I?
I think
Sure.
you do.
No, all to say, like, there is a choice in us
Right,
to be
okay.
like, to read a comment like that,
Yes.
to read a judgment and
Yeah.
be like, you know what? That has validity.
Yeah.
Or actually, I don't fucking care about that.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes. And I totally experienced that. Of course, like I'll look at things that are quite nasty. And one time I went on a Reddit thread about me. It was when I was opening for the 1975.
Don't do that.
And they really hated that they couldn't tell what my accent was. And they thought that I was like putting on an accent. But the truth is that my dad is Polish and my mom is an actor. And so I grew up with like people doing accents all the time. So I just choose my own
Totally.
adventure whenever my mouth opens. I don't know what's going to happen. And sometimes it's very interesting. But they hated
Totally.
it and they were
Wait,
so
why?
mad. Because people don't like being confused. They want to know what you're doing. Otherwise they feel threatened and their own identity feels threatened.
See, that's very interesting. Reddit is a dark, dark, dark place.
Yeah.
There's this thing called influencer snark. Do you know what this is?
No.
To be honest, I'm honored to be there. They posted about me meanly and I go, thank you.
What did they
I ultimately
say?
said, thank you. I'm not kidding. I commented from a fake account and I said, I literally,
me.
no. I was like, this is all correct. And then I was like, wait, it doesn't say my name. So now it's just someone agreeing. They think it's just a random person agreeing with them. It got so many likes, that comment. But anyways, all to say, it's a really, really dark place.
Yeah.
But to be so anonymous is to be truthful. Like they
Right.
feel a
Oh,
little like reading this shit about me. I was like, wow, they kind of pegged me. I go, they pegged me and they think it because they don't have a picture attached to it. It's not like performative. It's just
Right,
So
right.
there is something kind of cool about that.
I love it. Yeah, it's like Form Spring. Like people were
Oh
so
my God.
horrible, but there was-
Horrible.
but again, I don't believe that either. Like It's not
Totally. That's
true.
also no.
It's just
it's evil.
an
It's evil.
energy of judgment, and that's what it is.
Well, that's also how they take their own judgment on themselves out on something else.
right. And when I think about what I judge the harshest, for example, there's some artists that I've judged in the past for whatever random reason that probably just stemmed from my own desire to do what I do before I was doing it.
Totally.
And then I grow to realize the things that I disliked became my favorite things because it got a real reaction out of me.
Yes.
I wish I could say, but I don't want to say.
No, don't say.
It doesn't matter.
Don't say.
It really
doesn't matter. And also, it just but I completely understand
But
that.
things that have triggered me or made me mad that someone made something like this becomes my favorite thing.
Well, you know what? I'll say my example. There are people on the internet, and people will figure it out, but this is a beautiful, you guys, don't come for me. This is a beautiful thing. I'm saying a beautiful thing. There are people on the internet that say they want to be famous, right? They talk about wanting to be famous. And for so long, I was like, ew, like stop, like just be an artist. Do you know what I mean? And then I was like, oh, I think my judgment of them comes from like me actually wanting to be famous. Do you get what I'm saying?
Step aside.
Right. I was like, oh, I'm just jealous that there are people who are reacting to this.
Or that they're brave enough to say such a cringe thing.
Totally.
Yeah.
Say it. So
Yeah.
now that's actually become my favorite thing. And I'm like, oh, I'm just going to be honest about it.
Yeah.
But before I was so judgmental.
Yeah.
And I was like, ew, I could not believe. Do you get what I'm saying? Because but it got a rise out of me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. There's something beautiful about
okay,
that.
I'll say one of the artists that comes to mind, Joni Mitchell.
Yes.
I couldn't stand Joni Mitchell.
Wow, yeah.
When I was a kid and my mom would put it on, I'd be like, turn that off. It's so annoying.
Yeah, totally.
When it really clicked at some point and I realized this being is brave enough to go everywhere with her voice and she's brave enough to like say these things and be such a kook.
Totally.
Amazing.
Totally. No, she's amazing. But yes, but it also is like when you're young, you also don't understand something like that. Like
Right, you don't understand it.
We paved paradise and put up a parking lot. That's the most famous lyric that she's ever written. But
I like parking lots. What's wrong with a parking lot?
right, exactly. I'm like, hello? Like, I don't know. I love Vons. So I didn't quite get it. You know what I mean? But totally.
Yeah.
You look back and you're like, holy shit. This is lyricism. This is gorgeous.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it 100%. And it's hard. And also it's ultimately growing up to realize that things that you think you hate are actually things that you just
Have a reaction to.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or actually kind of like
Love.
want to be. Yeah.
Want to be.
You know?
Right. Yeah.
There's something very beautiful about that.
It is beautiful.
Okay, so you're headlining your own tour.
Yes.
And then what's next?
Then I'm going to open for Haim in the fall.
I quit album tour?
Yes.
Oh my God, is it going to be called I Quit Tour? I quit this tour.
Do
That's
I
what
know
it should be called.
this?
Okay, that's
I
what it should be
quit
called.
touring.
Haim. Hey, Esty, I love you so much. Danielle, I couldn't love you more. Alana, you're a dear friend. I think it should be called I Quit This Tour. Sit with that. Anyways, I quit. You're on this tour.
Yeah, I quit.
You quit. You go. You're on this tour. You go. No, I quit. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, I quit playing music. I'm going to do the tour stand up.
Totally.
Yeah. No, I'm kidding.
Can you imagine?
Play music.
I would help you with that.
Thank you.
I would help you. That's so exciting.
It is really exciting. And they are such ripping musicians. And I can't wait to be with them on tour, learning so much just by watching them. And also being with an audience of people who clearly love musicians, you know? There's something about their fan base that I got to see when I saw their pop-up show. Like every time Danielle's playing the drums and someone's like, oh, that's so fucking sick. Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, did you see that crash, that cymbal crash? Like they're really talking about
the music,
musicianship
of course.
and the arrangements and yeah, it's gonna be
it's like
so
going to a
fun.
jazz show.
Right. Yeah. It's so detailed and impressive, but also just great songs. So
It's really crazy to have really catchy songs with such great musicianship. You know what I mean? Those two usually like don't actually like go together. You know, it's usually like, I know I know he's a really great artist, but I can't quite listen to it. You know, usually it's like that.
giant steps.
It's like what is this? I can't quite grasp it, but I know it's good.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But that's like, whoa.
To be impressive, but also that's not the point.
Totally.
Yeah. It's like McGee too. Like
Yes.
he's so impressive, but it's also like the point is that it's an emotion that's wrapped in this talent that you can't even.
Yes.
What is it?
Yes. I love McGee.
Me too. And also Cameron Winter. You asked me what else I'm listening to.
Who's Cameron Winter?
Good. I'm so excited to be the one to show you.
Who is that?
This album, Heavy Metal by Cameron Winter.
What? Okay, tell me. What is it? Tell me what it's like.
I've never heard anything like it.
Can you describe it?
No. Okay, I'll try. Imagine a voice that feels like you're putting your ear up to the belly of the kindest beast, and it's telling you things about life that you always knew but you've forgotten.
I actually think that should be the opening of Cameron's album. His second album should be what you just described. That it has to open with that. It's an interlude. I'm not kidding.
His voice is so...
The belly of the beast completely. By the way, I saw it. It was picturesque.
It's a kind beast too.
Of course, it's a gentle giant.
A gentle giant. Yeah.
Whoa. Okay, and it's
amazing.
What,
it's amazing.
Pop? R&B?
Who even cares? It's like
who even cares?
it's
Totally.
like-
It's amazing.
I don't know what it is, and that's why I love it.
Okay, I'm so excited to listen.
Yeah, you are.
What artist, new or old,
Mm-hmm.
would you want to collaborate with? You don't have to pick someone that you're touring with because we all know that you're obsessed with them. Billie Eilish, we would love to collaborate. You know what I'm saying? Like the Haim sisters, come on. Of course. Gracie, yes. But I just mean like in life.
I would love to collaborate with Cameron Winter.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the true, honest answer. And also, Kara Jackson,
Who is that?
another incredible artist who sounds like nobody else.
Dora, you're teaching us things. This is an educational podcast.
I'm here to teach.
You're teaching us things.
Yes.
Oh, you remind me of the sweetest, like, little animal that I just want to keep, even though you should be free.
I just want to kill.
No, just want to kill. No, I just want to keep. You're like a perfect little species that I just want to keep in my bedroom, but instead it's like, you shouldn't be kept in a bedroom. Like, you should be free, so I know I can't keep
like
you.
a parrot.
No,
you
you're
can,
not like a parrot. Parrots? No, I don't think you're like a parrot, my love. More like I can't describe it. Like, I don't even know. It's like something that like digs in the ground.
like a mole.
But a mole sounds not cute. Even though a mole is very
Mole
cute.
is cute.
I know, but it
I'll
doesn't.
be a mole for you.
No, you're more like a gopher. Like
I'm a
something so
gopher.
sweet. Like sweet, but it's like you shouldn't like go outside. I know you should be free, but you want to keep them.
But then I'll come back with little presents.
Music. Whoa! Drop the mic.
Digging holes in my subconscious to find something valuable. You're welcome.
By the way, people are like, what's her accent?
That's grandfather coming
yes,
out.
totally. Okay, 2 more questions.
Yes.
What puts you to sleep?
My imagination.
Well, really?
Yeah.
You think things and you go to sleep? I'm the opposite.
But no, I don't, as I said, I don't have a monologue. So I just see like pictures and then that just catapults me into a dream usually.
Whoa.
In your dreams.
In your dreams, sorry. Okay, what's your nighttime routine? Do you like wash your face and like do a whole thing?
Oh, lately it's not been very good because I get home late.
You have perfect skin.
What?
You literally have I'm looking at it.
Oh, thanks.
Perfect
I've
skin.
been judging my skin lately. You have beautiful skin.
I have horrible skin right now.
No, you do
I
not.
do. Just to be totally honest, I just got salmon sperm injected into my face.
Are you serious?
I swear on my
That's a
life.
thing?
Yeah, it's the sperm of a salmon. But to be honest, I'm like, how do they get this? They take the salmon and then they make it come?
No. Here's how it happens. If you get the salmon, I think they maybe have to kill it.
Oh, and then it's in its belly?
It's just full of it. It's just full of the stuff. I caught a salmon
Oh my
in
God,
Alaska
me-
and it was full of that stuff. I'm not even going to say the word. It's
Me,
dirty.
Of course, me thinking it was just like, oh, you just make the salmon come.
No.
And then you just take it. And just
Well,
put it on
maybe
your
they do.
feet.
Maybe they do. I don't know.
Shit. Okay,
I just
anyways.
know that I caught a salmon and it was full of it.
I've been injecting it into my, not me. Oh my God, can you imagine? I've been doing this alone in my room at night. 3 a.m. A needle. Some salmon. Me making the salmon come.
One
no.
time I put egg whites on my face and it got so stiff I couldn't move.
Wait, that's amazing.
Yeah,
It's like a gorgeous
it was like
mask.
Botox mask.
Wait, egg whites do that?
Yeah,
I'm gonna try that
I did
after.
it a long time ago with my friend Natalie in middle school. So it's been a
I'm
while.
definitely. Were you trying to do a skincare routine, or were you just like
We were
joking
just
around
being silly, I think. Yeah, it was before people were sharing such things.
about salmon sperm?
Yeah.
Anyways, I've been
Thank God.
injecting it into my face, and it's making my skin break out. But it'll make it better. It'll make it better soon. But it's bad right
Really?
now. It's bad right now.
It does not look
It looks
bad. Maybe
horrible.
it's the blue light.
It's the blue light. Well, this is amazing. Light.
Thank you.
Okay, this is my final question for you.
Yep.
It's a question I ask every guest. Okay. I'll answer mine first so you get the what I'm asking for. So in your dreams, you do what? So it doesn't need to be like actual dreams. Like in my dreams, dream of all dreams right now, I would make a device that it's like, you know, that was easy button that people used to have from Staples. I would press that and my skin would just be completely face tuned. So I just want to press that button and then that happens.
When I think of Facetune, I think of like blowing my eyes up and then making my teeth really white, but then also making my forehead like really like swirly.
Wait, why swirly?
Because you can. It's
totally,
so fun.
totally. I was there with you. I was like, I do that. Eyes, big eyes, white teeth. I was like, I do that. And then you said swirly. I was like, wait, I don't do that part. Okay, so in your dreams, Dora Jar, you do what?
Oh, I know how to garden, and I'm gardening carrots and tomatoes, and I have all these friends who garden with me. And we make dinner together, and it's just like so fulfilling. And then
Oh my God, and you're cooking like the carrots and
cooking the carrots.
sprouts. And
No, I don't like sprouts.
I don't
Too
like
grassy.
Totally.
Yeah,
but
but I like
it's probably in
zucchini.
your garden, sprouts.
It's probably my garden, yes. And I just know everything about planting stuff. I'm so earthy.
Do you have a garden?
No,
Do you ever play that video? Do you play video games?
not really. But I used to play Jack and Daxter.
What's that?
It was a cool game about this guy Jack and his little animal Daxter. And he'd run around and collect things, and it was
I
on an
love that.
island. It was so cool.
There's this video game about planting.
Oh yeah,
I always see it on TikTok. It always comes up as an ad.
Farmville.
It's sort of like Farmville, and I'm kind of obsessed with it. I downloaded it. It's literally like you plant let's say carrots, but then there's horses. So then you have to feed the horses the carrots, and it's like this whole like ecosystem. I love that kind of game.
It's right, but
But
what
that
we
in real
crave
life.
as humans.
You want that in real life?
Yeah, we want to be connected to Earth a lot more than we are, and that's in my dreams. I'm more connected to the Earth, and I grow things.
On that note, we're going to sleep. You're going to say good night, I love you into this main camera. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Good night, I love you. Okay, now we sleep.
Goodbye.
Now it's our little sleepover.
Oh yeah, hunk shoe.
You're gonna figure it out.